Hello there. Welcome to the YouTube thing. How you doing? Well, the weather's looking iffy, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get through this. But, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started before something actually does happen. So, chapter 28, verse 1. Let's go, baby! Of Numbers in King James Version of the Bible, of course. You read the title, I'm sure. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, My offering and my bread for sacrifices made by fire for a sweet savour unto me, in other words, it smells nice, shall ye observe to offer unto me in their due season. And thou shalt say unto them, This is the offering made by fire which ye shall offer unto the Lord. 2 lambs of the first year, without spot. No bruises, no scars, no scrapes, no nothing. Day by day for a continual burnt offering. The 1 lamb shalt thou offer in the morning, and the other lamb shalt thou offer at even. And a 10th part of an ephah. Oh. Ooh. I got a thing for this. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but shoutouts to Bible for a Soul, where you can get a free Bible. It's the NIV version, New International Version. But, shoutouts to that. Specifically, somewhere back here, and I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna find it. Just you wait. Just you wait, Henry Higgins. Just you wait. Because it's got measurements in here, where it tells you exactly what it is. I'm gonna find it. It's somewhere in the back. Aha! Okay, where is it? An ephah is 3/5 of a bushel. And I don't know what a bushel is, dang nabbit. Either way, I'm just gonna keep that opening. I'm just gonna keep that open. That way I know exactly what it is. Oh, he gives another thing, hold up. 22 liters. My gosh. 22 liters of flour for a meat offering. Nice. Mingled with the 4th part of an hin, which is 1 gallon, or 3.8 liters of oil, of beaten oil, specifically. So presumably something like olive oil. It is a continual burnt offering that was ordained in Mount Sinai for a sweet savour, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. And the drink offering thereof shall be a 4th part of an hin for the 1 lamb. Excuse me. I just ate. In the 1 lamb, in the holy place shalt thou cause the strong wine to be poured unto the Lord for a drink offering. In other words, alcoholic wine. Presumably, very alcoholic wine. Typically, Jewish wine is actually very, very little alcohol in it. And the other lamb shalt thou offer at even, as the meat offering of the morning, and as the drink offering thereof. Thou shalt offer it, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savour unto the Lord. And on the Sabbath day, 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2 tenth deals. This does not have a 10th deal. Shame. Of flour. I keep losing my spot. 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. So normally, you should gotta do 2 of these sacrifices a day, but on the Sabbath, you do 3. Very fitting for the symbolism. That God just really likes the number 3. You'll notice throughout reading the Bible, 12, 3, 7, and 40, they appear all the time in this thing. Let's see. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And in the beginnings of your months, ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without spots, and 3/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil, for 1 bullock, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil. I really wished it showed in this book what a deal of something was. But, oh well. Let's see. Double check. Yep, that was it. Okay. Don't got a deal. Unfortunate. And a several 10th deal of flour mingled with oil for a meat offering. Hold up, I think I missed something. And 3/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil for 1 bullock, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil for 1 ram, and a 10th deal of flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, with unto 1 lamb, for a burnt offering of a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. And their drink offerings shall be half an hin of wine unto a bullock, and the 3rd part of an hin unto a ram, and a 4th part of an hin unto a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every month throughout the months of the year. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering unto the Lord shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And in the 14th day of the 1st month is the Passover of the Lord. And in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. Basically, bread without yeast in it, so it didn't rise as flat as a pancake. And from what I can tell, by some depictions of it at least, crispy, like a cracker. Sounds delicious, let me tell you. In the 1st day shall be an holy convocation. You shall do no manner of servile work therein. In other words, no tending to fields or flocks or anything along that line. You're not working. This is a holiday. You are off work. Spend time with your family. Get those family moments. You only got so long. But ye shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the 1st year. They shall be unto you without blemish. I'm pretty sure this is this is just talking to the children of Israel. I thought it was talking about specifically what the priests were supposed to do. Either way. Let's see. But ye shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the 1st year. They shall be unto you without blemish. Again, no bruise, no broken leg, something like that. Actually, I think a broken leg is fine. I think it's just, bruise, scratch, scrape, scar, scab, yada yada. Make certain it's not sick or anything. And their meat offering shall be of flour, mingled with oil. 3/10 deals shall ye offer for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram. A several tenth deal shalt thou offer for every lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 goat for a sin offering, to make an atonement for you. You shall offer these beside the burnt offering in the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. After this manner ye shall offer daily, throughout the 7 days, the meat of the sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savour unto the Lord. It shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. So this doesn't replace it. You still gotta do that. And on the 7th day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Also in the day of the first fruits, when ye bring a new meat offering unto the Lord, after your weeks be out, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. But ye shall offer the burnt offering for a sweet savour unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year. And their meat offering of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto 1 bullock, 2/10 deals unto 1 ram, a several tenth deal unto 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs. So each gets their own several tenth deal, whatever that is. And 1 kid of the goats, to make an atonement for you. You shall offer them beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offering. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their drink offering. Chapter 29, baby. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. Ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savour unto the Lord, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour, mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram, and 1/10 deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, to make an atonement for you, beside the burnt offering of the month, and his meat offering, and the daily burnt offering, and his meat offering, and their drink offering, according unto their manner, for a sweet savour, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. And I am very glad we do not have to go through all the rigmarole anymore. Because, I'll be frank with you, I'm a soft-hearted individual. I don't think I have it in me to kill a lamb. Like, I would if I have to, I just don't think I have it in me to do it. You'd have to really be pushed. I'm a big old softy. I actually am a skinny old softy, as you can tell. But you get the idea. Anyway. Let's see. And you shall have on the 10th day of this 7th month an holy convocation. See, another holiday. And ye shall afflict your souls. Ye shall not do any work therein. I'm pretty sure the ye shall afflict your souls is just have a fast. Just don't eat that day. Just drink some water. You'll be fine. You can go a day without it. Just make certain you keep yourself safe. Don't do anything that, take a big hit to your blood sugar or something. One of the benefits of ye shall not do any work therein. But ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord, for a sweet savour, 1 bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals to a bullock, and 2/10 deals to 1 ram, a several tenth deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering of it, and their drink offerings. And on the 15th day of the 7th month ye shall have an holy convocation. See? Ye shall do no servile work therein. I keep adding a therein. And ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. And ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savour unto the Lord. Also, I didn't specify earlier, but the fast was specifically on the 7th month, the 10th day of the 7th month, so you're not, it's just a day. You're fine. 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year. They shall be without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour, mingled with oil. 3/10 deals unto every bullock of the 13 bullocks. 2/10 deals to each ram of the 2 rams. And a several 10th deal to each lamb of the 14 lambs. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 2nd day ye shall offer 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year, without spot. And their meat offering, and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, shall be according to the number after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering thereof, and their drink offerings. And on the 3rd day 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs, of the first year without blemish, and their meat offering, and the drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, shall be according to the number after the manner. And a partridge in a pear tree while you're at it. I don't know why, it's just what this reminds me of. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 4th day 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. Their meat offerings, and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, shall be according to their number, after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 5th day 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without spot. And their meat offerings, and their drink offerings, for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, shall be according to their number, after their manner. After the manner, where. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 6th day 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after their manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. I'll see how fast I can do this out of sheer curiosity. And on the 7th day 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and the meat offering and the drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. Apparently about that fast. On the 8th day ye shall have a solemn assembly. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savour unto the Lord. 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year, without blemish. Their meat offering, and their drink offerings, for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lambs, shall be according to their number, after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. These things ye shall do unto the Lord, in your set feasts, in other words, on the holidays, beside your vows, and your free will offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meat offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. So if you promise something, you still gotta fulfill it. And if you just kinda want to, You can do it." And Moses told the children of Israel according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. Chapter 13. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all... Don't mind the phone. According to all that proceedeth out of his mouth. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond, wherewith she hath bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond, wherewith she hath bound her soul, shall stand. But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth, not any of her vows, or of her bonds, wherewith she hath bound her soul, shall stand, and the Lord shall forgive her, because her father hath disallowed her. It's not her fault. She can't fulfill the promise. I mean, ultimately speaking, if she's still living at home, she's just using her dad's resources to do the vow. So if he just doesn't want to or can't do it, and yeah, it's not her fault. It's like apologizing to your friend about not coming to their party because your dad wouldn't give you the car. It's not your fault. It's no big deal. And if she had at all an husband when she vowed, or uttered aught out of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vows shall stand, and her bonds, wherewith she bound her soul, shall stand. So she's got to fulfill the vow. Do or die, she's got to do it. Just like literally anybody else that promises a promise. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect, and the Lord shall forgive her. Because once again, technically, those were her husband's resources. Like, they're a team, but because they're a team, if one ain't on board, it's not happening. But every vow of a widow, and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls, shall stand against her, because there ain't nobody that can stop her. She's an independent woman that don't need no man, and as such, yeah, that's on her. And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it, and held his peace, and disallowed her not, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. 'Cause duh. But if her husband hath utterly made them void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband hath made them void. And the Lord shall forgive her. Again, it ain't her fault. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from day to day, then he establisheth all her vows. It's one of those things where, just kind of sitting on the sidelines and letting it happen. That's your approval. It applies to a lot of things in life. Like, somebody's getting beaten up on the street. You could have done something. You didn't. Therefore, by society standards, that's approved, because nobody stopped it. Many people could have. There are many people walking past. Nobody did. Or all her bonds which are upon her, he confirmeth them, because he held his peace at her in the day that he heard them. But if he shall anyways make them void after that he hath heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity, So there's some consequences to this. She made a full-on vow, and if she can't fulfill it, that ain't her fault. That's his. These are the statutes which the Lord commanded Moses between a man and his wife, between the father and his daughter, being yet in her youth in her father's house. Stated, if you vow to do something, and your husband says no, ain't your fault. That's his fault. You were gonna do this 100%. But no, for whatever reason, whether it be a good reason or a bad one, nope, not happening. Therefore, yeah, it's on his head. Chapter 31. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian. I don't remember what Midian did. I mean, they did something, clearly. Considering it is avenging. I just don't know what it is. But after this war is done, yeah, Moses is gone. Of every tribe, 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel shall ye send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel, 8,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. Except for, of course, the Levites. But luckily, we have the half-tribe of Manasseh and the half-tribe of Ephraim, so they got an extra 1,000 lying around that can take their place. They're just fine. Levites were not allowed to go to war. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war, with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites, as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. As you do, when you're in a war. And they slew the kings of Midian, beside the rest of them that were slain, namely, forgive me, I am going to mispronounce every one of these. Evi, and Rekem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba. Not the McIntyre, just Reba. Could be Reba, I don't know. 5 kings of Midian. Balaam also, the son of Beor, they slew with the sword. Shame. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captive, and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle, and all their flocks, and all their goods. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all the goodly castles with fire. Because, it's a war. You're gonna take spoils of war. And they took all the spoil, and all the prey, both of men and of beasts. And they brought the captives, and the prey, and spoil, unto Moses, and Eleazar the priest, unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan, near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of the congregation, went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. What could be the reason? And Moses said unto them, Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, the children of Israel had, let's just say, started thinking with their waist, and decided to go after the women of the land, and subsequently, yeah, they did a lot of idolatry, and a handful of other things, I'd imagine, along with that idolatry. whatever the gods of that land, whatever the priest said they wanted. Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. And therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every... Hold up. I skipped the bit by accident. Hold up. 2 pages are sticking together. Get your rear end over here. No, I definitely am missing something. There it went. Haven't used this Bible too much. It's only realistically been exclusively used for this, because I got tired of using my personal Bible for this. So, it's new. The pages are kind of sticking together. Woman that hath known man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves, you're fine. You got virgins? Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. And do ye abide without the camp 7 days, whosoever hath killed any person, and whosoever hath touched any slain. Purify both yourselves and your captives on the 3rd day, and on the 7th. It's brutal. It's war, that makes sense, but oof, it's brutal. And purify all your raiment, considering, and all that is made of skins, again, considering, and all works of goat's hair, and all things made of wood, considering, blood. And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war, which went to the battle, This is the ordinance of the law, which the Lord commanded Moses. Only the gold, and the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead. Everything that may abide the fire. In other words, you can throw it in the fire, and it'd be just fine. It'd melt, but wouldn't destroy it. You shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation. Because, yeah, gotta make certain that that boy is clean. And all that abide not the fire, you shall make it go through the water. Because, once again, you gotta clean it. And you shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and ye shall be clean. And afterward, ye shall come into the camp. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of man and of beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the chief fathers of the congregation, and divide the prey into 2 parts, between them that took the war upon them, who went out to battle, and between all the congregation. And levy a tribute unto the Lord of the men of war which went out to battle, 1 soul of 500, both of the persons, and of the beeves, and of the donkeys, and of the sheep. Take it of their half, and give it unto Eleazar the priest, for an heave offering of the Lord. And the children of Israel's half, thou shalt take 1 portion of 50 of the persons, of the beeves, of the donkeys, and of the flocks, of all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites, which keep the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord. They weren't going out to war. They couldn't get the spoil. So go give them some. Go share some of the spoil. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. And the booty, being the rest of the prey which the men of war had caught, was 600,000, and 70,000, and 5,000 sheep, and 60, in other words 60, and 12,000 beeves, and 60, and 1,000 donkeys. 60 and 12,000. In other words, 72. The 3 and a number that has like a 10 in it always messes me up. But it's 72,000 donkeys. Take it from the top. Verse 32. And the booty, being the rest of the prey which the men of war had caught, was 600,000 and 70,000 and 5,000 sheep, and 12, in other words 72,000 beeves, and 61,000 donkeys, and 2,000 persons in all, of women that had not known man by lying with him. And the half, which was the portion of them that went out to war, was in number 300,000 and 7, and 30,000 and 500 sheep. Yeah, me. And the Lord's tribute of the sheep was 615. In other words, 675. And the beeves were 36,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 12, 72. And the donkeys were 30,500, of which the Lord's tribute was 61, 61. And the persons were 16,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 32 persons. And Moses gave the tribute, which was the Lord's heave offering, unto Eleazar the priest, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided from the men that warred, and now the half that pertained unto the congregation, was 300,000 and 30,000 and 7,000 and 500 sheep. In other words, 337,000 and 500 sheep, and 36,000 beeves, and 30,000 donkeys, and 516,000 persons. Excuse me, my gosh. Even of the children of Israel's half, Moses took one portion of 50, both of man and of beast, and gave them unto the Levites, which kept the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the officers, which were over thousands of the host, the captains of thousands, and captains of hundreds, came near unto Moses. And they said unto Moses, Thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war, which are under our charge, and there lacketh not one man of us. In other words, throughout that entire war, not a single human being on Israel's side died. That is impressive. We have therefore brought an oblation for the Lord. What every man hath gotten of jewels of gold, chains and bracelets, rings, earrings, and tablets, to make an atonement for our souls before the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of them, even all wrought jewels, and all the gold of the offering that they offered up to the Lord, of the captains of thousands, and of the captains of hundreds, was 16,750 shekels. Hold up. Two-fifths of an ounce, or 11.5 grams for each shekel. That is a lot of shekel. Considering there is 16,750 of these. Stated, that's a lot of shekel. Oof. For the men of war had taken spoil, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar, the priest, took the gold of the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and brought it into the tabernacle of the congregation, for a memorial for the children of Israel before the Lord. Because, you know, they just won a war. They're gonna want to commemorate that. Chapter 32. Now, the children of Reuben and children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle, and when they saw the land of Jazer, and the land of Gilead, that, behold, the place was a place for cattle. It was absolutely fantastic. Grass growing everywhere. Perfect. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses, and to Eleazar the priest, and said unto the princes of the congregation, saying, Ataroth, and Dibon, and Jazer, and Nimrah, and Heshbon, and Eliel, however you pronounce that. It's Elealeh. Eliele, I guess. Elele. And Shebam, and Nebo, and Beon. Even the country which the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. Wherefore said they, If we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, Shall your brethren go to war, and shall ye sit here? Like, dude, the rest of us are going over there. Are you just gonna stay here on your butts and not help us? What's wrong with you? And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord hath given them? Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. And when they went up unto the land of Eshcol, and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which the Lord hath given them. So they lied through their teeth. Kind of. It's more an exaggeration, but you get the idea. And the Lord's anger was kindled the same time, and he sware, saying, Surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun. For they have wholly followed the Lord. They actually did what they were supposed to. They said, Oh yeah, we can take them. And the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men to augment yet the fierce anger of the Lord toward Israel. In other words, what Moses is saying, his history is repeating itself. What are you doing? For if ye turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and he shall destroy all his people. And they came near unto him, and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our cattle, and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will go, ready armed, before the children of Israel, until we have brought them unto their place, and our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return unto our houses, until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan, or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan, eastward. In other words, Moses, I hear you. You think we're not gonna go. Give us some time to rebuild some of these cities. Make a place for our families, for our animals, for our stuff. And every single one of us, we're going to leave our families here. But we will be the first in the land of Israel to go and fight. Go before everyone else. And we ain't going to stop until everybody gets their land. We're not falling away. But this is where we want to live. And Moses said unto them, If ye will do this thing, if ye will go to war, go armed before the Lord to war, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord, until ye have driven out his enemies from before him, and the land be subdued before the Lord, and afterward ye shall return, and be guiltless before the Lord, and before Israel, and this land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. Ain't nowhere you can run, ain't nowhere you can hide. Consequences of your actions are gonna catch up to you, one way or another. Build you cities for your little ones, and folds for your sheep, and do that which hath proceeded out of your mouth. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, Thy servants will do as my Lord commandeth. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead. But thy servants will pass over, every man armed for war, before the Lord to battle, as my Lord saith. So, concerning them, Moses commanded Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the chief fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, If the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over Jordan, every man armed to battle before the Lord, and the land be subdued before you, then ye shall give them the land of Gilead for a possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan. So they're not getting kicked out, which frankly, that's what I would have been expecting. They're just not getting the land of Gilead. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, As the Lord hath said unto thy servants, so will we do. We will pass over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance on this side Jordan may be ours. And Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, and unto the half-tribe of Manasseh the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land which with the cities thereof, in the coasts, even the cities of the country round about. Because I guess the children of Manasseh just also wanted to stay over here. They saw what Reuben and Gad was getting about, and they wanted in on it, I guess. And the children of Gad built Dibon, and Ataroth, and Aroer, and Atroth. So let me tell you, I had to be confusing with Ataroth and Atroth. Shophan, and Jazer, and Jogbeha, and Beth Nimrah, and Beth Haran, fenced cities, and folds for sheep. And the children of Reuben built Heshbon, and Elealeh, again, however you pronounce that, and Kirjathaim, and Nibel, and Baal-meon, their names being changed, and Shibma, yeah. And gave other names unto the cities which they builded, because, unsurprisingly, they're their cities now. They're not going to use the original names. Actually happens a good bit. See, when it comes to the books in the Old Testament, here's the basic idea. When it comes to a foreign land, you see, these books were written on paper, unsurprisingly, and that, paper decays over time, so they had to be written and rewritten and rewritten, in which we've got old documents, we've got Dead Sea Scrolls and all that such. We know what it says, and we know that it says exactly this. So it's not like a translation error or something that got changed over the years. They were very careful when writing their holy books. But when it comes to for an example, the land of Egypt, they said that the children of Israel stayed in the land of Ramses. Technically, no, they didn't. Archaeologically, they actually stayed in a city called Avaris and various areas dotting the land. But by the time that it was rewritten into the version we know now, yeah, congratulations. Avaris didn't exist. So they used what was, at the time, the modern name of the place, so people would know this was the area. Like if I said Native American tribes had a war in Chicago. And surprisingly, no they didn't. Chicago didn't exist. But that is the area where it happened. It's actually a phenomenon in a lot of older documents that had to be rewritten and rewritten and rewritten. Considering, names and lands change. But when it comes to the land of Israel itself, they do typically use the, at the time once again, current name. But they do also occasionally mention, oh yeah, the name was changed here. Or, we had a war at Gilead, and then they won the war at Baal-Zephon and named it Gilead, for an example. Not an actual example, but you get the idea. So they do actually mention a lot more of, unsurprisingly, their own history more than any other foreign land. For the foreign lands, they use, well, once again in Egypt, Ramses. Because the city of Ramses was quite literally built on top of Avaris. So yeah, there's your fun fact for the day. And Nebo and Baal-Meon, their names being changed, and Shibma, and gave other names unto the cities which they builded. And the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead, and took it, and dispossessed it, and dispossessed the Amorite which was in it, in other words, they kicked them out. Excuse me. And Moses gave Gilead unto Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt therein. And Jair, the son of Manasseh, went and took the small towns thereof, and called them Avoth Jair. And Noba went and took Kenath, and the villages thereof, and called it Noba, after his own name. The self-centered prick he is. To be fair, if I had to rename a city, it would be very tempting to name it myself. But, nonetheless. Actually, funnily enough, we're not reading this next chapter till next time, but in the next chapter, chapter 33, in verse 3, it says, and they departed from Ramses on the first month, talking about their journeys from Egypt to, the land of Israel. And there, as you see, doesn't mention Avaris, which was later the city of Ramses. It just mentions Ramses, because once again, that's not their land. They don't care about the history there. They're just going to call it whatever, at the time, the modern name was when it was being rewritten, so, it wouldn't decay. Unsurprisingly, paper decays over time. So if they didn't do the whole rewriting of this, yeah, congratulations. They were not gonna have the Old Testament for long. Or really, its original name, the Torah, for long. I don't know how many people actually know that. The Torah is just the Old Testament. Fun fact for you if you didn't know. But, there you go. So, have a good day. And once again, I recommend you reading this Bible yourself. I'm Random Man on the internet. Don't trust Random Man on the internet to give you God's word. He wants you to have a personal relationship with him. You can't do that if you don't know what he said yourself, So thank you for watching. God bless. And bye.